Hello, puzzle connoisseurs, and welcome back to The Room 3. In the last episode, we finished the last of what I believe is the triangle puzzles. So, I do have a bit of a deadline I'm on here because of something that I've learned that we need to do. So, right now, it is 2:37 p.m. my time, and that's going to be important actually for the game. So, we're going to try to get down here. Hopefully what I read is correct, and this will be a thing. We've got about 8 minutes here. So let's go ahead, get out of here. We can do some other things while we're waiting, but one particular thing is time sensitive, so I do care to be in the proper position for it. Alright, first things first, let's put this one here. I am hopeful to get all the endings this episode. Alright, so we can take the craftsman's key. And with it, that doorway will open, but we are not heading there yet. We have several things to do before we go over there. So the most important thing is I need to be in here because of this. So as you can see, the time is actually what the time is in my house. So we need to be here for when it hits 45 after. That's going to be important. At least my understanding of it is. So while we're here, let's look at a few other things I've learned. I learned that for one, we can make the key that does this. So we can use that key here in this room to tidy up a few of the other things that we're going to need to do here. I did feel a need to look through and figure out how to do these endings because it's a bit on the complicated side. This is not as straightforward as the puzzles are overall. You have to sort of figure out how to find the things, let alone do the puzzles. So I've hopefully read enough so that I can do the puzzles, but I don't believe I've read enough where it's really tainted me being able to still have to try to figure out the puzzles themselves. July 30th. Maggie Cox was a charlatan, and there is no such thing as a spirit medium. Everything she believed was a lie. I know this for a fact. I concocted the lies. How is it then that she alone can resist me? If she will not rest in the prison I have built her, I shall build one deeper still. Interesting. All right. Doors locked tight. Keeping an eye on the clock as I do this because, as I said, I don't want to miss the opportunity for that other puzzle. The house is turning in on itself, warped by the null. I find myself forever traveling in circles down corridors that turn back on themselves. I use the doorway machines to bypass the maze, but the crystals run low on energy. I must find a new power source, or be forever trapped. Let's take a look at the clock again. Yeah, we still have a little bit of time. Let's push that in. That way it's out of our way. right? Alright, so we got a token. That will be important, but we're not going to worry about it right now. As I said, we're going to focus on this clock because I want to make sure that we do not miss this. So for right now, basically just going to sit here and wait for this to happen. As far as I understand, what should happen is when it hits the 45, then this little door will open. And that's going to be important for us. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause my recording till that happens. See you in a few. Alright, so there we go. We flip that switch, then the front will open. And now using this, we can see a code, 412. So, we move that one up to 4, that one down to 1, that one to 2. And we get a crystal. Perfect. Alright. I believe that's all I need to do in this room, if I remember correctly. But as I said, I did want to record this right on time, so that way I could make sure to get that that visual for you guys, because that, like I said, a bit different. Sort of a unique thing going on there. Let's go ahead. No, wrong place. Let's see here. What do I want to do next? Guess we can go ahead and put this token into the machine that we got. We're going to come back here several times to put tokens in, because each one will give us a different response, and the responses are important because they sort of build on one another. imprisoned. So this is going to be the 4 different endings that we can have. Alright, so we will take this. He deceives you. Yes. I sort of gathered that was probably going to be the case. Doesn't really shock me too much. Alright, let's see here. Let's go this way next. Let's come over here. And we're going to put that one in there. And then we're going to go ahead and leave it for right now. We're going to come back to it here in a little bit. But we are going to go ahead and put this over here. Alright, so that's going to take the lock off of there. Frees up some of my spaces as well, which is good. You do have to travel back and forth between the rooms a little bit right now. So, I'm just trying to drop some stuff off at different places where it needs to be. Then we'll come back and deal with it here in a little while. Alright, so this is where we began the game. And here is where we're going to put this crank that we just got. Now we can head down this way. Nothing in those drawers. That interfering friend of AS continues to ask questions, and I should like to ask a few of my own. How did they overcome the null? How much energy resides in that brilliant soul of theirs? It would take the last dregs of the energy I have stored to bring them here, but they might also be the key. I have no choice but to take the risk. Alright, so he used everything he had to bring me here, evidently. Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. So with this, we have to get the number to add up to this one. So 11... Alright, let's see here. 8 plus 4 would be 12. Yeah, 5, 9, 17. So that should work. $31. 1632. No, that's going to be too much. Having to do math here. This is actually challenging. So 24. Alright, so that would work. So 8 times 3 would be 24, plus the 7 then would be 31. Alright. So let's see, if we did 9 minus 5 is going to be 4, plus 12 is 16, times 2 would be 32. Alright, that's too much. Alright, so 4, 8, let's see here. 9 minus 5 is going to be 4, plus the 3 would be 7, plus 4 would be 11, times that by 2 would be 15. That's not going to be enough. What if we did this instead? That's going to be 21. Still one short. Alright, let's try it the other way. Let's go with the times 5 as our thing there. So let's go 9 minus 17 plus 3, no, plus 12 plus 4 times 5 is 24. That doesn't work. Plus 7 times 5. It's going to be 39. That doesn't work either. Huh. Wait, is it supposed to be going from the bottom to the top? If so, my numbers might be wrong on this one too. I mean, this one will be fine. But this middle one, it has to go in this direction. Seven times 3 is 21 plus 8. No, it can't work that way. 8 times 3 is going to be 24 plus 8. That wouldn't work either. So this has to be the direction it goes in. Alright, so I'm thinking 9, 5, 12, 4. Alright, let's see what we get to here. 9 minus 5 is 4, plus 12 is 16, plus 4 is 20. No, that's way too much. Way too much. Alright, so basically what I need to do is it's got to either be 28 divided by 5 or 22. Either way, the 5 doesn't really work. Yeah, so it's got to be 2. We know the division's got to be, or the multiplication's got to be 2. So I need to either have it come out to 22 or 28. So 9 minus 5 plus 12 plus 7 is 23. Alright, so I've got to have, this is going to be an odd number, so one of these two has to be an odd number and the other one cannot be. Alright, so let's go with 7 plus 12 plus 2. No, that doesn't work. Alright, so if we're going with 9, then we have to do all the odd numbers. So it's got to be plus 3 plus 7. Alright, so that works. Alright, so 9, 3, 7, then we could do minus 5, which will be 14, times 2 will be 28, plus the 2. I don't know what's going on here. Huh. I mean, it obviously has to do something with this. I'll have to come back to this puzzle. I'm not exactly sure on that one. But there's still more things we need to do anyways, so I'll come back to it, hopefully figure out what's going on with it. Alright. Let's go this direction. So we need to go upstairs. As I said, this is going to be a lot of back and forth here. So the safe is welded shut, so we can't open it. So instead what we have to do is break it. And I should be able to use this, but I'm not. Alright, so it takes a bit. You basically have to hold your mouse down and you have to start slowly moving it back and forth till you can get the light swinging nicely, and then it'll hit there. Alright, so we got that one done at least. I think I had to have screwed up on my math somewhere. And I will say, math is definitely not my strong suit, so wouldn't surprise me if I screwed up the math. Alright. Let's go ahead and head down. We're going to try that math again as well. See if we can figure it out this time. Alright. Here's the safe. There's the other crystal we needed. I woke up on the floor of the workshop again. A new box was on the table. I recall nothing of making it. Did I create any of them, or only dreamed these creations? What is beyond doubt is that there is something guiding my hand. Who pulls the string of the puppet master? Yeah, he's not doing well. Alright, so let's see. We want to go down this way, I believe it is. Yeah. Let's try to math again here. Alright. So the first one, they have to go from the bottom evidently. So 8 plus 4 is 12, plus 5 is 17. So that one works fine. 7 times 3 is 21. That does not work. 7 times 4 is 28. That works. Alright. Now on this one. Well, that was the only change I needed to make. Alright. There we go. I just needed to think about the math a little bit more. Okay. We gotta head to the library, evidently. Not exactly sure what this is. Oh, alright. Well, I do know what that is, I think, but I need a few other things before I deal with that. Alright, so we basically turned that on now. Let's head over here. Hopefully that will keep ringing for a while. Alright. So that makes that go inside. That's, I believe, the shape I want. Alright, so we've got that. I want to come over here. You can see the arrow on the upper, or on the area around the circle, and it's basically telling me where to go. So no real chance of getting lost here. Just follow the arrow. Pretty straightforward. And this is the first major piece that we need. We need that artifact. Alright, so we're done here for now, I think. I'm gonna head over here. Oop, wrong place. The house is definitely destroyed at this point. We've been through everything. But alright. We're gonna let the phone continue ringing. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna take our round ball, put it on that side. And now we get this. A blank wax cylinder. Alright. Now let's see if I remember how to do this from what I read. We've got that wax cylinder. We're going to put it, if I remember correctly, over here. Okay. Maybe not. Alright, so my fate rests in a terrible paradox. I have need to trap a soul of great brilliance, but for them to exhibit the brilliance I seek, they must surely also see the trap. The outcome is balanced on a razor's edge. They yearn for the source of the null, just as I have. I can feel their longing. It must blind them to their fate. Alright, I'm missing something. Because I've got to unlock this. I'm gonna have to go check on this because, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm missing right now. So I'll be right back. Alright, I was trying to rush a bit too much, and I've got to do things in the proper order. So, we gotta go over here. We've got to answer that phone. Now, I'm hoping that by doing that, it will also unlock the phone in the other room. I'm not positive on that, though. That I still have to figure out. But what it did give me was this, which we will need. As I said, we're going to be back to the fortune teller several times. Before we do the wax cylinder one, we actually have something else we have to do first. So, we're going straight across, back down to the basement. And we're going to go ahead and use this here. A little finicky, but that's alright. Now we've got to watch because there's going to be papers that pop up. And we need to open the drawers in the same order that they were opened there. And then we will get this token. So we'll take this token, we'll go put it into the fortune teller. Alright. Got that token, put it in there, and it will play again, and it will give us something different this time. Escape. Perfect. Alright, so we have the handle now. We're going to need this. Back out of there. We're going to go back down here. That's it. It's a lot of going back and forth, but it is worth it to get all the endings. For myself, the room games are definitely a series where I want to sort of have that completionist thing to it. So I want to get all the endings here. Alright, it did unlock the phone. Perfect. So we put this in there. It finally does what it's supposed to and starts playing. And then we need to dial 1795, which is the number, if you remember, for the other room. I believe that means that the call is going through. Now we need to head over there. Come on. We can hear the phone ringing. Perfect. Let's go ahead and answer. Ah. Alright, so I needed to put this wax seal in there first. Wasn't sure of the order of that. Let's try this again. I have to say, right now especially, it is frustrating that I can't just walk, because I'd be able to make it back and forth here so much faster than waiting for them to allow me to move. It is a bit of a pain in the butt this way. Alright, let's dial the number again. Alright. Answer the phone. It is writing the wax. So now we have an etched wax cylinder. Now we take it back up here. We go in here. And we put it in place. Definitely want to make sure I get the token, then we'll read this. A breakthrough. The portal remains stable, but only to look through. Touching the thing causes the image to fade. I need more power if I am to pass physically to the other side. The landscape is beyond extraordinary. Alright. So, we have this token now. And I believe that should mean we have one last one that we need to get. Release. A metal device. Ah. Alright. So this goes upstairs. Alright. And it's gonna go right here. Alright. So then, let's see. Controls make this a bit hard. There we are. We have a key. And now we take that key and go back downstairs. And once again, this is not a specific puzzle for one of the triangles or something. We're already done with that. This is, if you want all 4 endings, this is what you got to do. Otherwise, you could just go through and get the one ending, but if I'm not mistaken, the one ending you're going to get is going to be the bad ending. And I will go ahead and go through all the different endings here with you guys once we get them all set up. So we need to go over here again. If you remember, in an earlier episode, I went ahead and I played around with this area over here. Well, guess what? That's where this goes. Alright, let's let go of the key. Now we need to get on this side, and we need to play with it some. Alright. So now I've got to get out. Go back on this side. As I said, being able to walk here would make this so much easier. Turn the key. Go back on this side. Alright. Do this again. Then do I have to do it one more time still? Not sure. We'll see here. Oh, no. There's the coin. Alright, so we've got the token. Head up here, go back to the fortune teller yet again. And hopefully for the last time now. And hopefully this will give us the other artifact that we need. Lost. Mysterious artifact. Alright, so now we have everything we need, and we are, I believe, ready to look at the 4 different endings. So, let's begin. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the most basic of the endings, I believe. This would be the ending if you didn't do any of the stuff I've basically done in this episode. Alright, now how do we operate this thing? I know it's gotta have something to do with this, but I'm not sure what. Do I use the screwdriver here? Now if you notice, we still have the screwdriver. Won't even let us look further down at the thing here. So that's the point it wants us to focus on. The box open. What's that sitting on its edge? Ah. Alright, that's probably what we need to work with this. There we go. Knew it had to be something of that nature. Because we gotta power this thing. Okay. I'm guessing these have to line up with these. I was right. Perfect. Alright, we're shooting a laser beam. Okay. Is this the most basic ending? I think I have to do some more work for even the most basic ending. Okay, so now I see it. There's this mirror here. And I think I can put this mirror here, maybe? And then maybe I can move this one? There we go. Got them all powered up. Alright, so I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that this is the ending you would normally get, because I haven't used either of the artifacts. So let's go ahead and take this ending. We're back on the train. Is this note the same? Congratulations, you have found the center of my labyrinth. That may feel like a victory, but it leaves you farther from freedom than you have ever been. If it is any consolation, you are not the first, and you will be far from the last. Know that every single turn led you to this point. As you like puzzles so much, I have one final riddle for you to occupy your eternity. What is the difference between a maze and a labyrinth? But how can I expect you to answer when I cannot tell a room from when you cannot tell a room from a prison? Okay, so that is the imprisoned ending. It took us about 5 hours, 18 minutes. Can now use the Change Your Fate button in the main menu to revisit Greyhome. Only by using the mysterious artifacts in the by the craftsman will you earn the power to alter your destiny. I'm sure hoping that I have... Alright, I still do have them. Perfect. Alright, so we still do come back here. Let's go ahead and put the artifact on there. Alright. Not exactly sure how this works, so gonna be a little bit of trial and error. I'd say we can start the machine up easy enough. That's probably not gonna be an issue for us. We just won't be going through until we've changed it. Alright. So, same thing again. There we go. I think I need to hit that one still. Alright, let's see here. We'll put that there. Still do this one. Oh shoot. Hit those two when I shouldn't have. Those were the two I wanted on. Alright. There we go. Alright, so that would get us just to the normal bad ending if we just went with it. But now we've got these towers that pop up here. Alright. Alright. This one's a bit more of a complex one than the last one. Huh. There we go. Took a little bit of playing around, but got it. Alright. So let's go through this door now. Wow. I don't know if this letter will reach you. I only know the warder will take my bribe. You must come at once. When we opened the gateway, something was waiting. It had always been waiting. Now it is here. Soon we are doomed. I know you have no reason to trust me, but you must. You are the only one who can help. You are the only one who knows. You are the only one who will believe me. I am in Bethlehem. Find me. I do wonder if that's not going to be where part 4 comes in. So that was release. Alright. And we'll go once again. It's getting a little repetitious, I understand, probably, but basically we got to do the first part all over again. And then we're going to put on the other tower this time. I like how he trapped me, and he had no problem with that, but now that we released something that was going to destroy the world, now he has a problem. Now he wants my help. There we go. That part's done again. All right. Well, didn't move fully out of the way, but good enough. There we are. Up come the two towers. There goes the door. There goes this device into place. Alright, so we just have to keep the beam in focus there. That's a very simple one. Press the button, and we should get ending 3 here. Looks a lot like the second ending that we got. That bird is different though, and it looks brighter. Well, everything was leveled, but there's no monster in the sky that time. So I guess it is different. I must have pored over 1,000 maps. Greyholm isn't just gone, it never existed. I sometimes doubt my sanity, and others are starting to agree with me. This quest can only land me in an asylum. No matter, I find curiosity has lessened its grip on me, and life's other interests are returning. Whatever it was that drew me is gone. I can sense it no longer, and I finally feel free. Was there a source of the null, or was it always just bait in the trap? I know now that I will never know, and that knowledge is a sweet, sweet joy. Alright, so I mean, as I said, I feel like release might be the one that's going to get us to the room 4 in the future here, but not positive. We still have one more to go. With this one, I'm going to turn both of the 2 towers on. I believe that's how this should work. So we'll see here. It is a little bit repetitious here, but you know what? Not the end of the world. Let's fire up this laser beam one more time. As I said, these controls can be a bit touchy here. I'd say that's my only real complaint about the Room series, is that the controls sometimes make it a bit challenging to move where you want to. But overall, I've really enjoyed the first 3 games, and I do look forward to the 4th one in the future. Generally, I don't play the Room games back to back, even though you're seeing them on the channel on a weekly basis. I've recorded them in advance, and I do take some time off between the games because, like right now, I've played through most of this game all in one sitting here, and my head is definitely hurting. So, I've enjoyed it, but at the same time, I'll be glad to take a break from the Room series for a little while. But before we get to that break, let's see what this last ending looks like. Really simple when you only got a few to juggle there. This next part is what I'm not looking forward to. This one was tougher, definitely. And I think it's going to be somewhat dumb luck if I get it right. sort of figured out how to get this set up the way I want it. There we go. Once you get the hang of it, it's not the end of the world there figuring it out. That one's just so easy in comparison to the other. That's why I saved it for last. Alright. I'm not sure that's the answer though, because this one's no longer on. Huh. I don't really feel like having to do this all over again, so I'm gonna make sure that I've got it right before I go through. I'll be right back. Alright, so what I need to do is I need to turn this one on. And then I believe I need to go over here. Yeah. And I can open that one. So that's the trick to that. You have to unscrew that, which is why you still have the screwdriver on you. So now all of it's playing at once, and we will get the final ending of the game. Alright. With that, we have completed the final ending of the Room 3. As I said, I don't know with the Room 4 which one of those endings is going to be the one that sort of leads into that game. It'll probably be a couple weeks before I play that, but I am looking forward to it. I had a lot of fun with this game. As I said, it did sort of give me a headache by the end, but at the same time, I do love the puzzle-solving nature of it. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and if you did, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you all again for more videos on the channel.